Hello and welcome, Reds. Thank you very much for tuning in to Anfield Road TV. We have got an absolute jam-packed show. Breaking news has been happening literally since we've all woken up this morning. And we'll be speaking about the Fabinho potential, looking like £40 million bid from the Saudi Arabia club. We'll get to that. But just before we come on air, I've had to change my title and everything, as we spoke about, me and Kev and the lads this week. Everyone's been speaking about in relation to Jordan Henderson. About the potential move. Would he agree the contract? It looks like, as Fabrizio Romano has said here, breaking, Jordan Henderson has accepted Al Ettifaq's proposal. There's a verbal agreement in principle. The contract has been agreed. Deal now depends on Liverpool and Al Ettifaq discussing on the potential fee. No chance to let him leave for a free. Hendo spoke to Jurgen Klopp today, and he was given, by all accounts from Fabrizio, saying that he was given the green light to proceed the potential transfer as well. Anyone, as I said, Hendo, go and get that bag, lads. Like as me and Kev spoke about, and we all spoke about, all of us this week, it's a lot of money. Let's not forget Hendo is 33 years old anyway, and I know we've spoke about his captaincy and his leadership anyway, but Liverpool have got a lot of captains amongst the Liverpool team anyway. The captains, by all accounts, didn't help last season, did they? Like, I think the whole squad was very much looking at each other in that dressing room going, are you going to do something? Are you going to do something? So it was, as off the back of last year, there was a lot of murmurings. As we know, there was massive in-house fighting by all accounts, and that just very much filtered to on the pitch as well, because it was very evident that there was something not right in behind closed doors at Liverpool. Whether that was, as a lot of people have spoke about, even me as well, we spoke about the physical fatigue, and which was, of course, it was inevitable considering the sheer amount of games that Liverpool have and that Liverpool team has been playing over the last 4 or 5 years. We'll speak about Fabinho as well. The lack of quality in and around Fabinho, the lack of depth. Liverpool have it's a massive underpinning, really, where Liverpool have failed in recent seasons. Yes, we've won trophies, but to really succeed and continue gaining success on the football pitch, you need proper squad depth. You need quality in all areas of the pitch anyway. Of course, when we spoke about last night, we've got Liverpool in terms of the attacking sense of the football club is absolutely in tip-top form. We'll speak about Darwizzy getting a new number 9 shirt, and he's very worthy of that shirt, I tell you what. If he's big shoes to fill anyway in Bobby Firmino, but I've got full confidence, and I know a lot of yous have as well in Darwin. But let's know your thoughts on this one, chat. We'll speak about Hendo first, and then we'll dive into, obviously, Fabinho, and then we'll speak about the potential incomings for Liverpool as well, not just in terms of a midfield as well. Which Liverpool failed massively. Let's not forget Liverpool in relation to the lack of selling Liverpool have not been doing in recent seasons. You look at I know it's very different because Coutinho at that moment in time was one of the specialist players in the whole of Europe, and he was at an age, and obviously Barcelona thought they were getting a player that was a shining beacon of light for Liverpool in terms of his quality on the football pitch. We got a big fee for him. We, of course, as we know, got Alisson and Virgil van Dijk, and then you look at when we'd done the Fabinho business straight after the Champions League final, after disappointments, we went in there and look what he'd done over the last 4 or 5 year period. He's been absolutely exceptional. And if Liverpool, as we were speaking about Fabinho's fee, 40 million. Chow, how much did we get for Fabinho? Was it like 38, 40 million, right around that ballpark? So I tell you what, if we are to get that fee for Fabinho, especially this week, and we accept the bid and everything goes good, and he leaves the football club, it's about reinvesting that. And we'll speak about that in terms of potential DMs as well. Who do you want to see come into the football club as well? If you haven't already done so, make sure you are smashing that like button as well. Massively does help out on all the social media. If you watch it on Facebook, YouTube, or TikTok or whatnot, make sure you do smash that like button. Really do appreciate it. Massively helps out. Not just on my channel, but for everyone's as well. If you're ever watching anyone's content, make sure you do that as well. But we'll get to everyone's comments on the live section as well. If you are watching this on the repeat as well, these shows do go out live. But as always, if you are watching on the repeat, you're absolutely bloody legends. Me and chat will very much get reply to you in the comment section below. Let us know all your thoughts wherever you are watching around the globe as well. 50-50, no Deadwood in midfield, now fresh, but the captain will be very much missed. Big up there, Trap, and it's a massive key point, not just Trap or every Liverpool fan. We love our players, but let's not kid ourselves. And that's very much been the case of what everyone has been discussing this season. As I said at the top of the show, coming off a very disappointing season, because it was like the expectation levels in which we've seen under Jurgen Klopp in recent times is competing with City, going for 90-point seasons anyway, and obviously winning Champions League finals, of course. Henderson's captain does to most successful captain in terms of leading us in Champions League finals anyway, in relation to appearances, not of course Champions League wins. But in terms of appearances, he's done his job. He's captains this team for as far as he physically can, in my opinion. We all know it's his time. 700k a week is an obscene amount of money. It's going to do wonders for him. And given the amount of charity work in which Henderson does do off the pitch as well, it's about reinvesting that into obviously other projects. I think everyone just forgets. Everyone just thinks, oh, footballers are just footballers. But let's not forget that they do a lot of stuff outside of football as well. And for his aspirations, his potential projects in the next couple of weeks and coming years as well, you've got to think post-football. And obviously what he can do in terms of helping the Saudi League in certain elements as well, in terms of bringing it up to the league and sending a positive message. It's going to look good. I know Henderson, as he has done for Liverpool, he's been a beacon of shining a light. He's been a shining example as well since the days in which he very much did come in under Davy Kamoli as well. I think I remember this day like it was not, because I was in the hospital at the time all those years ago. It was 10 years ago anyway. And the fresh-faced lad from Sunderland, come as a right midfielder anyway. He was an absolute bundle of energy when he broke into that Sunderland team in terms of the youth ranks. Obviously, Liverpool announced him. And at the time, bloody hell, social media wasn't as rife as it is now in terms of its popularity. But even still, like in the concourse, when you go in a game or whatnot, even when I was going to game and just everyone watching around the world or even in a pub or whatnot, there was a lot of murmurings of everyone was not everyone, but we were wanting a lot more. And we were like, I know I was certainly. I was like, come on, lad, we want to see a bit more. But he's gone ups, he's gone downs as well. And let's not forget, obviously, his first trophy at Liverpool in terms of under the guidance of Kenny Dalglish, the likes of Andy Carroll as well, back in 2012 as well. Yeah, you thought Kenny done such a fantastic job, especially stabilising the football club at that moment in time. But I think this year you're seeing very much the glimpses of what was to come from Jordan Henderson. Even at his young age, you could see he had those footballing qualities first and foremost of really catapulting himself, really understanding the game really well, and his leadership qualities in which we will, of course, go in the latter as the years do progress. Of course, we've been to finals, especially under Jurgen Klopp. We got to the League Cup final. We got to the Europa League final as well in Jurgen's first season. And it was almost like, of course, with every disappointment, every great team goes through disappointment. And that very much made not just Jordan Henderson stronger, but in terms of the experience of the squad and obviously him taking over the captaincy of Steven Gerrard. It's for not just Henderson, but for any player. You look at when Maldini left AC Milan, there was difficult moments there as well. It's basically impossible in certain histories of football clubs when captains change the armband, especially considering it's one of the greatest ever players to ever play for the football club in Steven Gerrard. But let's not forget, Jordan Henderson, for me, has etched his name in Anfield folklore for the next 130 years more. Anyway, he has done absolutely tremendous, and he is going to go with all our love and best wishes. And I'm hoping Liverpool, I'm hoping if everything gets completed as it looks like it has going to be today in relation to Fabrizio's tweet there, I'm hoping very much so that Liverpool do organise something before he does leave, whether that's like the open up Anfield for like an hour or 2 hours, and we just chant and sing about Henderson, because he means so much to me. He means so much to every single one of us in terms of what he's done for this football club. He needs a proper send off. I don't know in terms of the logistical aspects, in terms of transfers, of course, medicals pending as well. Things like this can very much quickly change. But I'd be very disappointed the football club, and obviously the new club in which you'd know did Liverpool, and it would be part of the agreement that he would potentially, I'd hope that you would get a proper send off. And we opened up Anfield, and there will be, if you literally, even if you give an hour's notice, Anfield would literally be chock-a-blocker. It would be sold out within a matter of like 10 minutes anyway, because everyone would get on the bike, get on the bus, and get to Anfield, even by plane or whatever anyway, because that's how important he is to all of us anyway. And all the best to Jordan anyway, and he's going to Ettifaq, and I think he's done absolutely smash it, and he's gonna really bring a lot of qualities to his new club as well. But chat, let us know your thoughts. It's been an interesting day, a lot of emotion as well. Big up there, Aaron, hope you're well, matey. Big up, Brian, how are we, matey? Thank you for tuning in. Everyone, make sure you are smashing that like button as well, everyone. Massively does appreciate. No more hoofball. Never forget the 1920 Hendo. Yeah, Trappy, you know what you're going to get with Henderson, mate. He's not like a Xavi or Iniesta type player. Every footballer has his limitations. Let's not forget. There's limitations to every single footballer. There's limitations to Salah's game in certain elements as well. Every footballer's got his weaknesses. But let's not forget, Trap, when Henderson was facilitating that midfield alongside the likes of Gini Wijnaldum, Fabinho, and the other lads, in terms of where we've been extremely successful in the last couple of years under Jurgen, he done well, and he was an integral part and an integral cog in the system, to say the least anyway. How are we, Tom? How are we? Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, Brian, as Fabrizio has spoken this afternoon, so looking, and obviously Fabrizio earlier on today, if you've missed it, if you've been in work or whatnot, chat, there was scheduled talks with Jurgen Klopp, and as Fabrizio very much indicates there, Hendo spoke to Klopp today, and he's been very much given a green light by Jurgen Klopp to proceed the proceedings anyway. Still in shock, Hendo is going, mate. But yeah, 100% big up there, Connor. But let's not forget, every single Liverpool fan this summer has been, we've all discussed it. Liverpool needed a clear out of, not the deadwood to say, but in terms of Liverpool's changing in guard, in terms of quality. We're going to speak about some potential targets for Liverpool in a couple of minutes anyway, in relation to who could Liverpool potentially go for. Chat, let us know you potentially go for it anyway. But Liverpool, there's a stage 2, to say the least anyway, episode 2 of the Jurgen Klopp history anyway at Liverpool Football Club. It could give Jurgen, and this, first and foremost, it gives this team a new lease of life anyway. It's all well and good, and that's the most important thing. Let's not forget, everyone, all of us, Liverpool, if we're losing Henderson, if we're losing Fabinho, go out and get the best in class. It's all right getting young players, but let's not forget, Liverpool strives off getting the best in class. We couldn't get Jude. He rejected us. We move on. Tchouaméni, I think we should go back in for him. I'll speak about that a bit later anyway. He rejected us. But this is all, as we know, I've been doing YouTube for about 6-7 years anyway, and I've seen many of his transfers. I think all of us, when we've looked at transfer markets in the history of modern football, it only takes one transfer to very much kick into another transfer. Because I think as soon as Kylian Mbappe, whether he moves to Real Madrid on a free next summer, or whether Real Madrid make room for him in terms of the expenditure, in terms of the wages, the fees as well. So say if Real Madrid did go in with 150 million pound bid in there, not that Real Madrid need the money, but say, for example, if Liverpool did come in for a bid for Tchouaméni or one of their talented young midfielders anyway, then Madrid might potentially take a bit of notice of Liverpool's bid, because it certainly helps out Real Madrid, and it certainly it would have knock-on effects in the whole of Europe anyway. Big up there, Panov. But yeah, big up there, hell yeah. Isn't Henderson a spokesman for the LHBT community, rainbow laces and all that? I bet that they are over the moon with this. Yes, of course. With this announcement today, there was a lot of key spokesmen and people from obviously these communities, very much so. And obviously you can check it out on all social media anyway, but not going to get really drawn into it. It's Henderson's decision, really. I understand where people are coming from, but I'm going to be respecting Jordan Henderson's decision. It's the end of the day, Henderson's got to think about himself and his family as well anyway. But yeah, of course, there's going to be, not everyone's going to agree with the move, and that's understandable. And those concerns, of course, got to be taken into account. But Jordan Henderson's got to think about himself, his family, and his next 10 generations of his family as well. If he goes, he can set up his whole 10, 20 generations of his family. And as I said before, for all the great community work as well, for the charity work Henderson does, that money can very much so get reinvested and put into all the campaigns in which he will continue to do post his career as well, post football. Big up there, Panov. He's gone for the money. Let's not excuse him for that. Yeah, it's the thing, Brian. Like for me, yeah, even me ma come in and she said, "Just go for it." I said, "He's been offered 700k." He's like, "Well," and like, yeah, you can't begrudge someone for like going for 700 grand. Like, anyone saying that they'd turn that down, like in any job you're in, if you're like, it's a crazy amount, but no one's gonna turn down a pay rise. In all honesty, for me, that's the way I look at it. And as I said, can't blame Hendo leaving. Good on him. Ali for captain, a new player in is what we need. Wasn't top level player, in my opinion, but a great leader by example as well. 100% there, Steve. And even in the 70s and 80s and the great successful periods of Liverpool, there was always those players that, of course, the Kennys, the Rushies as well, the Hansons, the Jan Molbys, the list is endless anyway. Like the legendary players. But of course, those teams were very much facilitated in certain areas of the team. Players that played their part, led by example, always backing up the team. And Henderson brought his own qualities as well on the football pitch and, of course, off the pitch as well. And we absolutely love him, mate. But big up there, stay up you well, matey. Thank you for doing it. I believe that you can see something that is obviously wrong and makes another person feel excluded. You should stand shoulder to shoulder with that person and leaving for Saudi. Yeah, as I said, Elliot, obviously that you're thinking in relation to Henderson's quotes, but yeah, there's quotes from, was it like a year ago? But we'll very much get a social media video from Jordan Henderson in the next 24 hours or the next week anyway, once he completes that. And I think he himself will very much answer those questions to what everyone's alluding to there. He's torched his legacy, in my opinion. Big up there, Brian. Says your own opinion there, mate. I don't think he has, in my honest opinion, but I respect your opinion, matey. Endo has accepted. Yes, he has, mate. As you can see there from Fabrizio Romano. Brian, he's 33 and 34. To be honest, who wouldn't? That's the thing, Trap. He's 30 plus, he's 3 years old. You can't say that, Brian. He's only on 8 million a year here at Liverpool. I don't know how he got by low. As we spoke about last night, chat, modern day footballers over the last 20 years, the money that's getting branded around football is ridiculous. It's one of the elements that I think a lot of us really get disenfranchised really when we watch modern day football, but we love it for the football elements and everything about that. You can't say, "Oh, read that one." You can't say no thanks. Yeah, but 700k a week, lads. Mons, all those saying we need Lavia and Saicedo. Let me tell you, you can't rely on them to play 50 games per season. They were good because they only played Premier League and domestic leagues with more time for game as well. Big up there, Mons. It's every great squad has good rotation and good enough quality as well, mate. I think anyone questioning 19, 20-year-olds, unless they are like a Kylian Mbappe or a Jude Bellingham, players of that ilk and that age, like Erling Haaland as well, where they are the experts in their field at their given age, where they are the creme de la creme of their youth level. Lavia, of course, he's got bags of potential, but let's not forget he's only 19 years old. Similar with Stefan Bajcetic as well. Yes, if they have a great 12, 24-month period, but they're only going to get even better as well. And bloody hell, Lavia was in the Southampton side. Let's not forget. Southampton side that we're getting absolutely walloped every single week. It's Lavia can only stop certain attacks. He can't stop every single goal that flies in the back of the net. And a lovely assist at the back end of the season as well. I think he already thought he was playing in a Liverpool shirt. Go ahead, Lavia. Except they're both past it, in my opinion. Great servants, but it's time to go. Very much, Lewis. Thank you very much. Good to see some new people in here chat as well. Big up there, Mons. Big up, Louis. Make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. I want to gauge all your thoughts and opinions as well, chat. And make sure you are smashing that like button as well. Massively helps out. But yeah, 100%, they are past their best. And hence why we've all spoke about this summer window being a massive, important rebuilding stage, as you said there, matey. Will Hendo wear? You never know. I'm not too sure anyway, Redbeard, but time will tell. Time will be the biggest teller. I don't have a problem with Hendo leaving for a massive salary, but I do have a problem with him going to Saudi. And now both Gerrard and Henderson, I thought representing LFC meant something as well. Yeah, Elliot, that's up to them, mate. As I said, I think they'll very much, we'll find out in a post, give it a couple of months or post the are to stay at Saudi. You, of course, will do social media and we can all watch that and we can very much take it in and discuss then when you speak about it. I don't think any of us can speak for the players themselves. They will do that themselves anyway. Got to say, something offers me a 350 to 400% pay rise. As long as I don't have to sell my soul, then my bags are packed. Big up their states, crazy money. Yeah. Fab ready-made replacement, Florentino Luis. Justin, I think you've read me mind there, mate. Let's actually quickly bring that up. I did have he was on the list. Where is he? There we go, mate. Spoiler for a little bit. But yeah, there we go. We'll speak about the replacements in a little second, matey, anyway. But certainly, Justin, we've got the data and everything. We'll have a little look in terms of what he and Saicedo and all the other players that potentially might be coming into the football club excel at massively, mate. We'll stay tuned for that, matey. Be interesting to get your thoughts and opinions on them, mate. But yeah, I'm just reading through that. Make sure. But yeah, I think it shouldn't go all. We should have gone all in for Ugarte, who was the best in his age group and not expensive. I would be surprised if Tchouameni is willing to go to LFC. Yeah, time will tell, mate. I certainly, as I said before, if they are wanting Real Madrid Mbappe this summer, I think they'll move heaven and earth to get their man anyway, considering how I'd say desperate they are. Even if Mbappe's apologised, I think he apologised to Real Madrid personally as well. I think there was reports a couple of months ago that he'd personally apologised to Florentino Perez behind closed doors and everything was sorted. But time will tell. Instant replacements, pound for pound as well. Lots of players have turned it down as well, but we'll get to everyone else's comments as well. Keep them coming in. Make sure you are smashing that like button as well, Reds. But in terms of the potential fee, and we'll quickly segue into the next report that did get broken this morning by David Ornstein, another very well-respected journalist as well. And this one, I wouldn't say it's come left field, because it's something that a lot of Liverpool fans have, certainly me and the lads have spoke about on the channel over the last couple of weeks as well, was the notion that, as we know, Fabinho's form is absolutely fallen or jumped or leaped or whatever superlative you want to use. It fell off an absolute bloody cliff or fell from the sky, in all honesty, because we know the levels Fabinho has reached in his Liverpool career. 29 years old, but he is, as I said at the top of the show, he has been one of the biggest sufferers in relation to Liverpool not having adequate squad depth in terms of Fabinho. He has literally ran through a brick wall for the last 5 years for Liverpool Football Club. I remember I literally rewatched my video that I done this morning about Fabinho signing for the football club off the back of the Champions League all those years ago, and it was one that come a left the field, but he has been tremendous in his best moments. He is him, Bobby. You look at Virgil van Dijk since he's come in, Alisson, Salah. I'd say those 5 have been so instrumental, especially that spine of Liverpool's great success in recent years. He has played a massive pivotal role. I don't think, and I've said it on record the last couple of weeks as well, don't think Fabinho, chat, let us know your thoughts. I don't think he will get back up to those levels in which we want and hope. But let's get straight into what Ormstein said here. Ittihad, apologies on the pronunciation, chat, set to make concrete bid to sign Fabinho from Liverpool for 40 million, expected to develop fast one way or another. Key issue for Liverpool is letting the number 6 go without a replacement, but working on this. Romeo Lavia amongst multiple options as well. Chat, let us know your thoughts on this. For me, if Liverpool can get the money in which we very much paid for Fabinho, was it 5-6 years ago, then I'd say I'd snap your bloody hand off, in all honesty, because, as I just said, his form over the last 12 months has been nothing short of an absolute disgrace. And yeah, I don't think he's but the one burning concern for me, chat, is, as we said, as David Ornstein does allude to there, is LFC is letting the number 6 go without a replacement, but works on this continue. So, who do Liverpool, chat, looking for bringing in? And quickly going back to that Henderson one as well, chat, the reported fee that Liverpool are wanting is in the region of £20 million or £10 to £20 million for Jordan Henderson as well. But if we can push up those fees a bit more for Hendo, be great. And if we can massively push up the fees for Fabinho as well, even if you'd add if Liverpool turn around and say we're not accepting anything less than a £60 million bid, we don't have to instantly accept the 40 million. But as we say, Liverpool would know in terms of how the feelings are. If the club, the Saudi club, are desperately wanting Fabinho that much, I think they'll come in again. If Liverpool were to say to the club, right, we're looking at in a fee in the region of 50-60 million, and I think very much a deal could definitely get done there. And in relation to going into this as well, chat, I get to all your comments a little second. Everyone keep them coming in. But I've picked these 4 names. These are 4 players that I very much admire. And chat, let us know your thoughts. But as I was speaking to Kev last night, Caicedo, I'd move heaven and earth for them. And this goes into the point I've just alluded to there, chat, is if Liverpool are going to be selling Fabinho, are going to be selling Henderson, if we can generate a fee in the region for those 2 players in the region of 60 to 80 million pounds, which will be fantastic, especially if you are at least going to go for at least either 1 or even 2 of those players as well. It would be absolutely pivotal in terms of any transfer negotiations as well. We know the fee that has been branded around for the last couple of months in relation to Chelsea's pursuit of Caicedo, even Arsenal's pursuit for the Ecuadorian midfielder anyway. He had a tremendous World Cup. A lot of the Ecuadorian players did. I tell you what, he's probably one of the shining teams in the national teams anyway. Ecuador, they got so much talent bursting through their international team. It's one to keep an eye on, chat. I tell you what, it's not just Enrique Caicedo, Estepinian, obviously the Brighton left back. I think for me, as you know, I watched a lot of the World Cup and done watch-alongs. He is one of the best young left backs, and one of the best left backs in the whole of Europe for his potential as well. And just goes to show the remarkable work that Brighton, from the whole football and operational point of view, they're getting it absolutely every move they make in terms of every step you take as well. I'll be signing you. So, yeah, it's a bit of mad. Like, I'd go for Caicedo. Sure, many chats. What are we saying on that in relation to the Frenchman? Yes, he did reject Liverpool. But I don't think, as in recent months, I don't think he's fully happy or content in relation to him not getting a first team proper opportunity. He's very much been a rotation player for Real Madrid in recent months since he's come into the football club anyway. I think I look at Real Madrid's midfield, you look at Casemiro's just gone. Last season went to Manchester United for a fee of like 60, 70 million. You look at Camavinga being utilised as a left back in recent months at Real Madrid, hence the Champions League final when we played him. You look at Valverde, you look at Kroos, you look at Modric. Those two latter players, of course, are coming to the end of their career, but still can do a very good job anyway. And the sign of Jude Bellingham as well is a massive signal to the rest of Europe that they mean business. And something in the back of my mind, a bit mad anyway, a bit left field anyway, but I potentially see Bruno Gomes, completely butchered that name, but the lad Bruno from Newcastle, the Brazilian central midfielder, I potentially see him one day going to Real Madrid. Because I think he's got all the attributes to very much thrive in a Real Madrid midfield. Very dynamic, very athletic in terms of he's got a bit of everything, and that's what you need in a Real Madrid midfield. But I'd be very surprised if Real Madrid did get let go of Tchouaméni, but I just threw him into the hat, mainly due to the fact, as I said at the top of the show, Kylian Mbappe, whether he moves this summer or whether he moves next summer for the free, but you've got to bring into account, yes, you've just revamped the Santiago Bernabeu as well, so their fees and the money that they've always generated in their 100-plus year history anyway, where that money's come from, yeah, you don't really know. But whether they go for Mbappe, they would, not that they'd need to free up funds, but it'd massively help in terms of their vision to bring the Frenchman to their football club. Whether they would be able to sell, of course, but it's how happy Real Madrid would be. Lavia and Florentino Luis as well. Florentino Luis, sorry. He's an interesting one, as Louis said before in the chat. Big up there, matey. He's 23 years old, 328 days. The Portuguese, he's prominently a central defensive midfielder. But when you look in terms of statistics for a player his age, if I can quickly share this screen chat. With 1 second, and then we'll get to everyone's comments anyway, and then we'll have a little look in terms of the data, and then we'll conclude today's episode. But 28 of you in here, chat. 29 of you in here. Make sure you are smashing that like button as well. Massively gets it out to more Reds, especially put your bell notification on as well, chat. So if anything in relation to Liverpool breaks, we'll be here as quick as we possibly can. Engage with all the Liverpool fans from around the globe as well. And welcome to all the new subscribers. Don't have a problem with Henderson going massive sorry, but I do have a problem. But yeah, sorry, I've already read that one. But yeah, making sure where was it up to there. Justin, Brian Luis has the most interceptions in Europe last season. He is physical, smart, and a Klopp type player easily, and have given the obviously, I'd say, good working relationship, considering that Liverpool did agree a fee for Darwin Núñez not too long ago anyway. So, and obviously, I think Liverpool, in terms of the hierarchy at Benfica, I think, is it Rui Costa, who was the sporting director? I know him and Pep Linders have been to plenty of coaching seminars in the whole of Europe as well. And they've got a very tight working relationship anyway. So, I know Michael Edwards is no longer at the football club, but it was interesting that if a deal was to get done, that Rui Costa, and given that Rui Costa and Benfica have already negotiated in relation to Darwin Núñez, potentially it might be a bit more easier to do. But he's certainly, Justin, big up there, matey. Great shout for a DM. Although saying rebuild, you can't rebuild a team with a total overhaul of this midfield. Mons, you can and you can't, mate. I think time. Unless you've got a crystal ball, mate, or if any of us have got a crystal ball, let us know and we'll get you on the live stream, watch along or whatnot, and let us know what we're doing this season, mate. But you look at Manchester City, they have lost a couple of their players. Gundogan is gone. Obviously, Haaland is going to be Haaland. City, I think we all anticipate to be probably winning the league next season and probably the Champions League as well. But for me, let's not forget that midfield, Mons, is not like it's been running through a brick wall. It's not like it's been performing at a level in which we've seen in previous seasons gone by, mate. It's not like Henderson's just come off the back of winning a Ballon d'Or. Like, the levels of that midfield were already on the floor. There's all we're on a hit level. You look at McAllister, you look at Szoboszlai, their creativity, and you look at if you haven't seen it, chat, the yesterday's the inside trade, and Szoboszlai, from a physical point of view, we brought in an absolute monster. He's an absolute runner, and that goes to show in terms of his interceptions from the statistics last season. From a central attacking midfield role, I think he was in like the top 11 percentile of blocks in attacking midfields in the top 5 leagues. So he is a physical specimen, and that's exactly what Liverpool have needed. We need legs. McAllister, look at what he done in the World Cup. I know everyone goes, oh, the level of the World Cup's never always there. But let's not forget the country in which he was representing, the players in which McAllister was playing alongside. Messi was extremely willing to give McAllister the opportunity, the ball outside the midfield. He was always looking for McAllister. And there's no bigger, apart from Brazil, and Argentina and Brazil are the 2 biggest footballing countries in the world. Like, they live and breathe football day and night. And the expectations, everyone goes on about England's expectations. But if you're a Brazilian or if you're an Argentina player and you're representing them in the World Cup, that is the peak. I know everyone talks about Champions League, that being big, but in terms of a player's career, that is the peak level. And the fact that McAllister was doing that match week to match week in that World Cup 6 months ago, he's certainly going to be very capable. And the running off the ball movement as well, he's going to be sound. So, Mons, I've got but interesting comment there, matey. And thank you for jumping in. It's great to see a couple of new faces as well. It's contract, but it's another club, different rock as well. Should have gone all in for Ugarte. He's the best in his age group and not expensive. I will be surprised if Tchouameni is willing to go back to Liverpool. Now Klopp should go. Oh, yeah, sorry there, chat. I think I've caught up to everyone's comments. We need Mbappe, though. If they are going to buy Mbappe, so are they going to sell to finance staff? Valverde, Tchouameni. Even Real Madrid need money to finance an Mbappe deal. Yeah, he's on something crazy. It's like 2 million a week or something stupid at Paris Saint-Germain, and he's probably going to get, well, probably a bit more in terms of his Real Madrid contract as well, especially if he does sign on a free contract as well. There'll be a lot of upfront payments to his agent, to himself as well, Mbappe. That's what you see when you do move on a Bosman in recent years. We will be frightening team this season. Lavia and who else comes in as well. Yeah, traps. And I've got a little segment. We'll speak about Caldwell at the back end of this episode as well, chat. So that's one to keep an eye on, mate. So we will conclude on that story as well. This half midfield bit is now looking like a demolition job. We need a full midfield rebuild for the past 3 seasons, but Justin, ideally it should have been done a very long time ago. I'd agree with you that, mate. But if it's come down to it, it has to be this summer. And as I said, top of the show, there's been massive arguments behind closed doors. Like, all of us were watching that Liverpool team from a match day going, what are you doing? And especially everyone talks about the captaincy, but literally all of us were disappointed in them because they're so poor from a tactical point of view as well. Something big happened last season, and it looks like, I think Jurgen Klopp banged his head against the wall that many times, and he's certainly, by the looks of it this window, he's lost patience with a lot of players that were at the football club anyway. And I think a lot of us have lost patience with certain players in this team, hence why the majority of the ones that we were disgruntled with last season and over the last couple of years have left the football club. This is hard. Make sure the top's also unacceptable as well. 100% there, Justin. It's unacceptable. The Ox, Keita, Milner leaving on a free, and then Henderson, Thiago, and Fabinho are being sold. Looks like some planning from FSG. Surely it will take only a minute to build a new organised midfield. Hellier, big up there, mate. Results in football change things and make transitions in football so much easier. Say if Liverpool bring in 3-4, or well, we've already brought, let's not forget, I think everyone's forgetting, we've brought in McAllister and Szoboszlai. Of course, we're losing a 6, probably our only proper first team 6 in Fabinho, but if Liverpool were to bring in 1 or even 2 of those midfield players there, or even a player that we've not really spoke about, or any Liverpool fans spoke about in terms of the specialised 6 position, and of course we'll speak about Levi Caldwell in a little second, then it will take, of course, a bedding in period, but don't be surprised if Liverpool hit the ground running, and when, surprise, surprise, Liverpool have actually got legs in our midfield. we have not we've not had legs in this Liverpool midfield for a very long time. Apart from obviously the quad chasing season, but that absolutely would have destroyed any team, in all honesty. We must have some serious replacements ready, considering, 100% there, Brian. That's going to be an interesting notion in the next 24 hours, or probably as soon as I jump off this live. Or chat, let us know if Liverpool if there's been a bit of news that I've missed. Let us know in the comments, be much appreciated. But yeah, things like this move very quickly, as we know. I wouldn't want just a kid to come in, out the inexperienced player to come in. 100% there, Brian. That's the key point. Great point you raised there, mate. Combining it well with youth and combining it with age as well. That's why I brought up Florentino Luis. He's 23 years old at Benfica. So for me, that would signal, same with Tchouaméni as well. I think he's 22 years old. The French midfielder, that is at the right age for me, that if you're going to come in. But at the end of the day, you look at someone like Moses Caicedo, I think he's 21 years old, or might be slightly younger or older, apologies on that, but he's at the right age as well. I think all this nattering and chattering about Caicedo potentially going to Chelsea, but if Liverpool get the right fees in relation to Henderson and Fabinho, then I'd say go all in for Caicedo and go for it, or go in for the big midfielder, to say the least. For 40 million, so it would be a good deal, but Lavia nowhere near the finished article. But the main DM at Liverpool, he is talented, but not the finished article. 100% there, Hellier, 100%, mate. It's all about complementing it, matey, and in terms of bringing in the right players to complement. And first and foremost, it comes down to the quality, as you just said there, fella. Not just Lavia type, 100%. I wonder who's going to be the new captain. Eddie, big up there, matey. Good to see a new face in the comments. Yeah, I've got a show coming out tomorrow afternoon, Eddie. So I'd love to get your input. I'd love to get all your inputs tomorrow. I've got a big show coming out in terms of Liverpool's potential captains. It's going to be an interesting one. Chat already throwing names in there. Virgil van Dijk. Benfica always sell. I reckon Tchouaméni is unsettled, but probably wants to stay there. Difficult transfer, but a good one as well. That's from Brian. Big up there, Daz. Absolute legend, mate. Hope you've had a smashing day, lad. Big up, Jack, lad. Hope you're well. Not too bad, Daz. I'm made up that Liverpool are actively in the market, and we're doing the business that we've all cried out for, getting the players that are very much past their peak level. But that's with not us. Of course, we respect them and we love them dearly, but let's move on. Liverpool have been far too slow in recent seasons in terms of bringing quality, first and foremost, into this midfield anyway. I think, but this summer, by the looks of it, McAllister, Szoboszlai, great start, but there's still a lot of work still to do at Liverpool in terms of bringing players in. I think 40 million for Fab is spot on. Another poor season and his value will half. Hendo worth maybe 15 to 20 million. I would well be happy. 100% there, Steve. If you just tuned in, mate, that's very much what we spoke about. The fee, Liverpool are looking in the fee in the region of 10 to 20 million for Jordan Henderson as well. Benfica, big up there, Jaya. I have the next one hiding in. They have the next one hiding in the reserves as well. Real Madrid, midfield, Bellingham, Tchouaméni, Valverde, Camavinga, Toni Kroos, Modric, Ceballos, Blanco, Brian Diaz, Harder, Guller, and is insane who is going to play. Yeah, it was the Japanese youngster as well that they had on their books. I know he was a winger, was it Kubo? I think he was a young lad coming through the academy anyway. They signed him Real Madrid, and I think it is Real Betis he plays for now, but I think they're wanting to try and sign him again anyway. But interesting times. Get the money in and go for sure. Many big up there. Ricky, Luke, whoever it is, big up the 1892 Reds TV. Definitely, mate. Hey, all, big up there, Wolf. So thank you for tuning in, mate. Chat, make sure you are smashing that like button as well. If you are new around here or if you've just tuned in, make sure you do rewind this after the episode. I want to get all your input as well. And if you're new, smash the like, smash the subscribe as well. Put your bell notification on as well, especially at an important moment like this. In the next couple of hours, next 24, 48 hours are going to be very pivotal for Liverpool, not just in terms of outgoings, but in terms of incomings as well. And if any news relation breaks, we'll bring it here to you as quick as possible. And most importantly, I want to gauge all your thoughts and opinions because these have all absolutely smashed it this afternoon. It's been great to listen to you all anyway, getting all your opinions in. I'm pretty sure that Real Madrid need money from Mbappe. They'll brought Bellingham in for over 100 million, and especially the construction of their new stadium. Well, not new stadium, they've revamped it anyway, especially when we've played them over the last couple of seasons. They've had certain sections of the Santiago Bernabeu out of access due to all the work. If you haven't seen the plans for the Bernabeu Bernabeu, it's ridiculous. It's architectural quality is ridiculous. Like the pitch moves everywhere and up, down, and everywhere. Is crazy. Big up there, Henry. 2.3 million a week. I think his bonuses and image rights were added as well. Another hour in work, lad. Big up there, Ricky. Keep at it, Luke or Ricky. Big up chat as well. If any of you are in work, keep on smashing it and make sure you don't get in bloody trouble watching the live stream. Put it on low. Thiago as well is wild. And big up there, matey. Yeah, that's another name to throw in there. Potentially, if a bid does come in, though, I think Ants or chat, let us know. Was it Barca? I didn't see like a lot more credible source until like a Fabrizio Award or David Ornstein does come out with a lot more accurate or poor choice. There's been murmurings that Thiago Alcantara is potentially looking like he would like to go to Barcelona. I think when you take into account his family as well, I think he's a Spanish lad. He'd want to go back to Spain for the back end of his career, move closer to all of his family in terms of his cousins and all the relatives as well. So it makes sense. But let's not get bullied by Barcelona. If you want Thiago, Barca, pay the money. Pay the money for Thiago. We'll definitely stay now. Interesting times, Wolf. Interesting times. Apologies, guys. Yeah, Job runs on there, bargain runs anyway. I'll tell you what, I'm open chat, as we said. Hopefully Liverpool have got a massive idea of who we want to be bringing in. Taliola, big up Gary. How are we, mate? I know you'll be happy in terms of speaking to you over the last couple of years anyway. Starwin is the new number 9 shirt. Yeah, bloody hell, mate. You haven't... Oh, bloody hell, completely forgot to do a graph about Starwin. I did put him in my thumbnail, but yeah, just I'm made up for Darwin. I think he'll do phenomenal, and especially when he's facilitated by a lot of much better quality around him, especially in that midfield. We've actually got midfielders now, chat, going to next season that can actually play a through ball or a cutting edge ball through the centre of a park the bus team or like 2 banks of 4. And Sabuzlai, if it's needed, bangs one from 30 yards, flies in top bin, and then the whole opportunity for Liverpool going into next season. There's so many great facets to really analyse going into this new season, that in terms of a set piece point of view as well. So Sabuzlai, great depends. Maka, great depends as well. Shooting from distance, Trent in that midfield, if he is going to that inverted role that we did see last season. So many great opportunities for Liverpool, and that's why it's so exciting, and that's why I know every single one of you is excited, especially we are going to be doing the business in terms of offloading certain players. But if Liverpool bring in that on top of the quality that we've already brought in, there's still a lot of work to do, but I'm so excited, chat. I don't think I've been this excited until since being a bloody Red, since bloody off the back of the Champions League final win, obviously when we won the league as well. So I'm really excited, especially as a youngster when I seen this the young Spanish lad come into Liverpool Football Club called Fernando Torres. Thought we'd only be winning the league and everything with him, but it wasn't to be, sadly. But we'll get to everyone's comments as well. Everyone's absolutely smashing it, so I really do appreciate everyone. Big up there, Brian. Amazing. I haven't just went straight for a certain number 11 as well. Did Klopp know about this before? Hence 2 new midfielders. Still some on the radar. Wolf. I'll quickly bring up for everyone that's just tuned in now, chat. It might have changed very quickly, but for anyone just tuning in, it's from Fabrizio Romano, a good 40 minutes ago since we come on air. Breaking, Jordan Henderson has accepted Al Ettifaq's proposal. There's a verbal agreement in principle, contract agreed, deal now depending on Liverpool and El Ettifaq discussing on the fee, which is Liverpool wanting really in the region supposedly of 10 to 20 million pound for Jordan Henderson. Henderson, and this is the key point, this is why I brought it up, Wolf. Henderson has spoke to Jurgen Klopp today, and Jurgen Klopp has very much give Hendo the green light to very much continue negotiations as well. So big up there for Fabrizio. And obviously for anyone just tuning in now, if you've been in work or whatnot, it's come from David Ornstein this morning as well. El Ittihad, Etihad, apologies on that mispronunciation, set to make concrete bid to sign Fabinho from Liverpool for the £40 million fee, expected to develop fast one way or another. Key issues for Liverpool is letting the number 6 go without a replacement, but working on this Romeo Lavia amongst multiple options also, and that is reported from David Ornstein of The Athletic, very highly regarded as we know. But quickly get through all these comments as well. We can't sell both Hendo and Thiago. That's one too many. But yeah, the thing is, even with the money, 1892 Red TV and everyone in chat, with the money that we do bring in, let's not forget Liverpool. We've still got money. As much as everyone goes, oh, Liverpool haven't got this money. No, it's not like Liverpool have been actively in the transfer market for the last 3 seasons, buying high caliber top midfielders. Yes, we've only just done it this season in terms of McAllister, but let's not forget, we got McAllister at bloody 35 million. That, for me, along with a certain Spanish midfielder, Pau Torres, that is agreed to go to Aston Villa. I think those 2 deals, for me, are 2 of the best deals in the whole of Europe. When you think about it, in terms of the valuation of the players and the caliber that Aston Villa and Liverpool are getting in those 2 players, mate. But yeah, Liverpool have got money and Liverpool need to start spending it as well. And let's not forget, if Liverpool are going to lose Henderson, they're going to lose Fabinho as well. 2 big players that are on quite big fees in terms of wages as well. I think Henderson's on probably about 150. I think Fabinho, we signed his new deal was a couple of years ago. He's one of our highest earners also. So, yeah. You take into account if Liverpool can get rid of him, you're going to be saving money in the next 2 years in terms of Henderson's contract, on top of getting a £20 million fee as well. So Liverpool long term will be saving money, but let's not forget Liverpool need to spend money this window as well, on top of what we've already got. I know it might come off as greedy, but let's not have any more excuses going into this season. We want to hit the ground running. You look at Arsenal. If you give City 10 yards or 3 points or 6 or 10-point lead, yeah, they're just going to run away with it. Let's make sure that we don't do what we done last summer anyway, and we go for what we want. Preparing people now for the obvious clock ticking with Salah. And yeah, if Salah did go, bloody hell. There's one thing losing Fabinho and Henderson, but Salah is irreplaceable, I'd say. He's irreplaceable for me, mate. The one player that I've always said for the last couple of seasons as well, even before Saka's had this great season, would have been Saka. If Salah was to one day go, I know he's on a big wage, but yeah, I'd move heaven and earth to get Bakayo into the football club. He's certainly the exact profile that Liverpool would definitely want. Sorry if there's any Arsenal fans listening, but I think he is exactly what Liverpool would need. If Salah, not that I don't want him to bloody go anywhere, I want to retire at the football club, because he's not just that he's a phenomenal footballer, he's a physical specimen as well. I think the one thing, it's completely different when you coincide. I think when you look at Henderson, he's got 2 years left, but in terms of his physical fatigue, in terms of his physical capacity, Salah, that's why he's one of the best players in the whole of the world football. Like, his level of fitness and combined with his level of quality on a football pitch is unmatched, really. It's remarkable. He's never injured at all. He keeps himself in tip-top form as well. He's an elite level athlete as well. Going to be seeing more potentially there, mate. Going to be certainly seeing a lot more Curtis Jones, which is going to be a good thing. Fabinho was a monster at Monaco before he come into Liverpool. But as you probably remember, Fabinho used almost half a season to understand his position and responsibility in the team as well. 100% there, matey, 100%. Everything happens so fast. No captain, no vice captain now as well. It's a great point there, Susan. But I think with things like this, I think last season we would have internally, Liverpool and the whole squad, I think there would have been a couple more players that very much Jurgen Klopp and the players amongst themselves, someone would have rised to the occasion, whether that be a Trent and just said, lads, what are you doing? But I think there's been a lot more development in terms of not just a physical or what, but in terms of a mental capacity as well. Someone that within that changing room that we're not that savvy in terms of, we're not offline the wall, we're not watching all these. But I think Jurgen Klopp and the football club have very much got an inkling in terms of very much who's going to be taking over the captaincy. I think things like this are already pre-planned anyway, as we know, the captaincy group that Jurgen Klopp and Henderson spoke about last season as well. Go for Valverde, Conan, Caicedo, Ugarte, and Declan Rice in case. I think Ugarte, big up there. Ugarte's gone to Paris Saint-Germain. I think that was announced a couple of weeks ago. And Declan Rice has, of course, gone to, I think, has he officially gone to Arsenal yet, chat? I'd love it. Could you imagine if Liverpool put a bid in for Declan Rice? That would be absolutely mad, wouldn't it? Adrian, behave, lads, behave. Valverde could get you 70 million. He could, Wolf, but I think if you look at that profile of, as you've all spoke about over the last 20 minutes, the profile in that Real Madrid midfield, potentially, but I think the one player I'd look at that he potentially would get let go would be Tchouaméni. I think they love him so much. I think Valverde, the Uruguayan midfielder, and there was reports, was it last season, that supposedly, if you want to read all the rumours or whatnot, last season that Liverpool put a bid in for Valverde, or whether to believe it or whether to not, probably a load of absolute utter nonsense anyway. But if it was true, then would Liverpool go back in for them? Potentially, you never know. We'll find out in the next couple of weeks anyway. Fabinho is one of the best of your positions. Hendo have energy and he's a leader. He used to have energy. Hendo doesn't no longer have that energy required to play at Liverpool. Fabinho, when he was at tip-top form, when he was playing at his top, both of those players, when they were playing at their peak level, they were very good. Especially Fabinho. I think obviously the drop off in form, but Fabinho last season. But I think when you're looking around Europe, you look at Casemiro, you look at Rodri at Manchester City, and certainly Fabinho, for me, those were certainly the top three central defensive midfielders in the whole of Europe, I think, for the last 5 years. Obviously, the other two, Rodri, it's disappointing to see that Manchester City, but what a player. What a bloody player. What's your favourite London Scouser, lad? Hopefully soon to have up. See you again. Soon, lad. Yeah, I'll be seeing you soon, matey. All good and well and good. Bayern want to sell Mane. Yeah, he's been wanting to sell him since he's come in the bloody door. Henry, they've been very disappointed. The team lose your two pivotal in the middle. 70 million is not more for a transfer after Fabinho and Hendo leave. It's big up there, then. Good to see a couple of and he's saying FSG out. Big up there, mates, as I said. I'll tell you what, if FSG actually starts spending money now and get rid of Henderson and Fabinho and all that, and they help us And I don't know if you knew. I think you're new around here, mate. And everyone knows if you're a regular viewer on my channel, I am pro. I have been for the last probably year or so, 2 years. FSG out, just mainly due to the fact of really they haven't financed Jurgen Klopp to the levels expected of Liverpool Football Club. But this summer, and as we know, every Liverpool fan knew, and FSG and the whole football club, we couldn't allow ourselves, even from a financial sense, the amount of money that Liverpool are going to be losing from Champions League money. From a business sense, it makes no sense in relation to the football club can't allow itself to be given another poor 12 months as well, because then, as well as the revenue streams, you've got to look at the personalities within that changing room as well. Salah, he's a player that deserves to be winning Champions League. Alisson deserves to be winning Champions Leagues. Van Dijk, when he's in top form, he's a player that deserves to be winning, nearly won the Ballon d'Or in Champions Leagues and Premier Leagues. So I'd feel sorry for those players as well if they were let down like they have been in previous transfer windows by the football club and by the team as well. But we'll quickly conclude. Oh, bloody, I've lost track where I am. Everyone's bloody smashing at the minute. Since we have shown recently interest in him. By the way, do you think, big up there, Mohammed, great to see some new faces in here, chat. So if you are new around here, Mohammed, and a lot of yous, make sure you do hit that subscribe button down below. Put your bell notification on so you always do get notified when we're live. By the way, do you think we could get Kimmich with £60 million and like £10 million in add-ons? He was linked with, was it Manchester City in recent weeks, given he's a hugely talented midfielder, mate. Obviously started his career off at Bayern Munich as a fullback anyway, didn't he, down that right-hand side? Hugely technical, gifted player. I think, for me personally, Mohammed, let me know your thoughts. I think I'm guessing you're a big fan of Kimmich, given that you've mentioned them, mate. But yeah, he certainly one that would tick a lot of the boxes for me, mate. But I think for the age profile of potential incomings for Liverpool, I think as I said before, the phase 2 of Liverpool's Jurgen Klopp side, I'd like to see us go for a 22, 25-year-old. But if we did go for a 26, 27-year-old, for a player that would very much so, and that goes to what you've all said today, chat. If we are to lose Fabinho, we need a player that is going to come in straight away and be a guaranteed first-team footballer anyway. But Mohamed, certainly a player that is a very talented player, mate. Whether he would come to Liverpool, I highly doubt it. But as we know with Bayern Munich over the last 12 months, since they've had Thomas Tuchel come in, they only just won the Bundesliga title last season. As we know, Bayern Munich have sacked quite a lot of their sporting directors at the football club. So there's a lot of in-house fighting going on at the German club at this moment in time. And it's very unstable from the board level in terms of pitch level as well. So you never know. They need a striker as well, Bayern Munich. Bloody hell. Can't believe they didn't really replace Lewandowski. It's ridiculous. Big up there. Peril, big up there, matey. Hopefully I pronounced that right. Apologies, mate, if I haven't. I should go for Valverde. 100% there, mate. I think that was Valverde. Yeah, all good, mate. Hope you had a good day. Going to be awkward when Henderson turns up with England, considering, yeah, and it will be, mate. And it'll be interesting. Well, of course, it will be interesting because he will be doing a lot of media coverage, not just for England, but he will be in terms of he does sign for his new club as well. So, as I said, I can't speak for Hendo himself. I wouldn't want to anyway. He himself would be the only person that will be answering those questions. One will go for Barella. Gary, I don't think... Yeah, you know me, Gary. I've loved Barella, but it's Italians. They never like you leaving the Serie A. You only have to look at was it Tonali at AC Milan? He didn't want to go to Newcastle. I'll tell you that now. Looking from the videos and everything. Salah has one more year at Liverpool. Yeah, Jack, look at the club tweet preparing for Trent's new captain. Oh, big up there, Ants. As I said, absolutely bloody love yous, boys and girls. Anyway, appreciate that, mate. How quickly I'll get that up. Have I missed that? Let's get up Twitter. I'm made up, Ants. I'm hoping that is the case. hoping that is the case, because as we know, he's getting a new contract. Well, a lot of the murmurings over the last couple of months is Trent. I think we spoke about it, chat, over the last couple of weeks, haven't we? We spoke about Nunes getting a new number, and he got number 9 this week. We spoke about Lucho being number 7. He got number 7. We've spoken about Szoboszlai, potentially what number would he get, given the connotations in relation to his tattoo. Would he go for number 8? He's got number 8 now as well. And yeah, let's quickly get Liverpool's. I'll show you as well, chat, so we can all see it. So a quick look here, and is it arriving to training with a smile? I think it's in relation to this one, Ant, is it? Oh, yeah, he's I'll tell you what, they're all bloody buzzing. Bear with me 1 second here, shall we just bring this window up for you? Let's quickly remove that. Sec. There we go. So by the looks of it, is this the one that you went on about, Ant? Arriving to training with a smile. So yeah, I'd love it. Not just that everyone goes, oh, just because he's a Scotia. But if you just go and read what Trent has been speaking about as a young lad coming through from the Kirby complex anyway, Michael Beale as well, and all the coaches that have coached Trent. And I'm pretty sure, and there's lots of documentaries out there anyway on Liverpool's club channel. Go and check it out. But there's a lot of quotes already in the academy about Trent, and when the coaches have spoke about Trent's aspirations of potentially being captain. And he was saying that when he was at the age of 10 and 11 years old. It's always been his ambition to very much captain Liverpool Football Club. Everyone's going whether he can do it. Of course he can. As I said with Kev yesterday, and we spoke about it, to say any player is ever ready to take over the captaincy of any football club, there's never a right time and there's never a wrong time to give someone the captaincy. It's something that you grow and you learn, and very much that goes to what we were saying before, Ant, as well, mate, isn't it? And chat about he will very much learn and thrive in that environment and being captain of Liverpool Football Club as well. I'll quickly bring up that one as well. And bloody hell. Look at the boys. Look at them. Our boys. Lucho. Maka getting involved there. There we go. Virgil looking as suave as ever. Saboz. The goat. Yeah, go ahead. Look at him. He knows what. Trent knows something there, doesn't he, Chat? He knows. New captain. But there we go. Everyone get it trending that we want our Scouts as captain anyway. I tell you that now. Just quickly get that graph back up. But we'll segue back into this next final story anyway, chat. Oh, quick one as well for anyone just tuning in. We did speak very much so, but I appreciate that. That's a nice one for dropping that in, matey. Make sure, yeah, so I know where to read the comments on. But if you are new around here, there's 44 people obviously in here, chat. Make sure you are dropping that like button as well. Massive support on the channel today. Really is very much appreciated. If you are new, hit that subscribe button, put your bell notification on as well, because it's going to be it's already been an absolute mental 24 hours for Liverpool Football Club. But I tell you what, we're going to be on some bloody journey this week. If all well and good, all the transfers, if we do sell a couple of the players, Fabinho, Henderson, and who's coming into the football club. That's the multi-million game anyway. But a quick one, not going to dwell too much on it, but James Pearce wrote in his piece at the Athletic today that obviously spoke about Nunes obviously being a number 9, but Sepp van der Berg is off to Mainz. Is set to join Bundesliga outfit Mainz on a season-long loan. This 21-year-old centre-back has flown to Germany to potentially get that deal over the line. And whether it will be a long-term with the obligation to buy at the end of this deal, I think it might potentially be, given when we are segueing into the final news story today, everyone, in relation to that fella, Levi Caldwell. As we spoke about this week, chat, He's a player with immense qualities, as we've seen him win the under-21 championship, Euro under-21 championship with England. Curtis Jones on the socials. I know we've been there with Jude and we got turned down by him, but let's try not jump the gun. But he is certainly exactly the type of profile Liverpool definitely need, considering when you coincide in relation to the change and the adaptation of the system as well, obviously with that 3-box-3 formation that not just Liverpool, but in terms of Barcelona, I think everyone's just watched Barcelona with Xavi in terms of creating this system. It's been absolutely not short of used by a lot of the top teams now off the back of what, especially Pep, watching what his old player used to do. And Pep, even though we know Pep's the master of this, he's a master of the technical game as well, a student of the Johan Cruyff Academy, as we know. So yeah, he's a left-sided centre-half. Apart from Virgil van Dijk, I know we all know Virgil's right-footed, but Virgil van Dijk is the only comfortable, I'd say, player that can play on the left-hand side of a defensive unit for Liverpool, whether that be a 4-3-3 system or be a 4-4-2 system. Obviously, Virgil would go to the left-hand side of that defence. But Levi Caldwell would very much elevate Liverpool's game from a tactical sense as well. Having that ability to play Levi Caldwell on the left if he is to come in. And I think a lot of people, and as I've spoke about this week with the lads as well and using the comments, would Liverpool sanction the 70-80 million pound deal? Yes. And would Chelsea accept it? Yes. Due to the fella that is owning the football club. You only have to look who Chelsea have dealt with this season. They've dealt with Arsenal for Kai Havertz. They've dealt with Manchester United for Mason Mount. They will deal with Liverpool in a couple of weeks, or probably already having negotiations behind closed doors for Levi Caldwell. Every player in modern day football has got his price. 70-80 million pound fee for Levi Caldwell. A lot of those fans will go, whoa, but at the end of the day, it's not our money. But you're buying potential, and considering you're getting one of the best English products at his age as well, you only have to go and look at what that Chelsea academy has let slip through their grasps, really. Musiala at Bayern Munich was on the books, and the list is endless. We spoke about that this week as well. So, but it's not that a case in point that, and especially with the dealings, the wheelings and dealings that Chelsea have been doing, everyone was going 600 odd million. For their financials, they need money back in their bank accounts. And if they want to help Mauricio Pochettino in terms of any incoming transfers as well, if they go on a 600 million pound shopping spree again, then they need to finance the books and balance the books. And Levi Caldwell, he is certainly a player that has the physical attributes, the technical understanding to play in the Liverpool system as well. Left-footed centre-half, I think he'd certainly bring a lot of balance to this Liverpool side anyway, if he was to come in, because we are only a Virgil van Dijk injury away. We know he's not been playing at his peak level, but we've got to be thinking, look what we've done this summer. We've been very late in terms of getting the replacements for Hendo and Fabinho. We should have got these replacements or the quality in 3 seasons ago, 3 windows ago or whatnot anyway. Get the young players in now. And everyone was laughing at the fee when we brought Virgil van Dijk and going, 70-80 million or whatever we paid for Virgil van Dijk. That was a steal at the time. It still remains an absolute bloody steal now. I think it will be a steal if Liverpool can get a fee of 70-80 million or even a bit more for Levi Caldwell. But yeah, let's not kid ourselves. Chelsea, they're addicted to money. In all honesty, their owner is addicted to money, hence why he's a billionaire, as we know. But yeah, if a sizable fee comes in for Levi Caldwell, we'll get our man 100%, and we'll get our other midfielders in, whether that be a Lavia, Tchouameni, whoever it is. And Liverpool put the bid in, and Jurgen Klopp wants them desperately, and he thinks they are a pivotal and will play a pivotal role in this Liverpool next generation part 2 of Jurgen Klopp's evolution of this team. We'll get our players anyway. Salah's replacement, in my opinion, should be Luis Henrique from Real Betis. Check this kid out. Big up there, Justin. I'll definitely check him out after the stream, mate. But yeah, there's a lot of talented players. I like is it Cherky from Lyon. I watched a couple of games last season as well. He's a hugely talented attacking midfielder, but he can play down that right hand side. But I think he's been linked with Paris Saint-Germain or other clubs. I think he was linked with Newcastle last week, but he's certainly another player that is an interesting player. Salah would be the biggest signing for the Saudi could make, yeah. And that's the thing, innit? It's inevitable, innit, and chat. One day we will wake up to the notion and the news that the Saudis have very much put a big fee. And when I talk about big fee, it wouldn't just be a big fee. It would be an absolutely monstrous transfer fee to get their star poster boy for the league. I know they brought Karim Benzema in, but if they could attract Mohamed Salah to that league, then I think it would be the game changer for a lot of clubs, for a lot of players around European football as well. We know how influential players like Karim Benzema from a footballing perspective and Mohamed Salah, so many players look up to them. The two of the best players in European football have been for the last 5 years, or Karim Benzema since he come in from as a youngster from the likes of the Lyon days at the age of 22. He's really elevated his game for however long he's been there anyway. But yeah, I think Liverpool's problem buying players is they need to be right personality. That narrows options down. Yeah, definitely there, Wolf. But I think like the big key is the quality as well. But of course, the personality has got to be right as well. But gone are the days like in the 70s and 80s where you'd have like Shankly or Bob or like the legendary, like the Cloughs of these worlds, like turning up at your house and like speaking to your family. Basically, you've got Cloughie or you've got Shanks in your room, like in your bedroom or whatnot, negotiating with you from a personal point of view. Like now, there's a lot more rules in football. You can't like literally Jurgen Klopp can't turn up at Levi Caldwell's gaff and start talking to him and speaking to his man and that. It's never going to happen. But it's a lot more easier. They'll go to the agents. They'll go to the players as well. But I think the scouting and everything behind closed doors, before even clubs, as we know, Wolf put bids in, they know everything about that player as well. Especially they know absolutely every secret of that footballer anyway. Or you know about the personality, you know about the family, know about the type of players, their inspirations as well. Their due diligence really would very much be done before they even put a bid in, Wolf, very much so. Liverpool are actively working to sign a new midfielder, even not big up there, Bonkers. Massive thank you for tuning in, mate. Not just one, I think there will be two midfielders. I think it will be 2 6s or a 6 and another midfielder plus a defender as well. But yeah, it's even planned before. Yeah, big up there, matey. As Fabrizio did say there. Big up there. Big up there, North. Sorry, I don't have to apologise, North. Of course, everyone's busy. But if you are watching on repeat, North, or anyone, you can rewind or whatnot. You've missed everything, mates. I'll quickly bring up that, mates. For anyone just tuning in now, today, chat. Or chat, let us know in the comments if Fabrizio, I'll quickly get Twitter up anyway. Just make sure I haven't missed anything in relation to Fabrizio. So, quick look. Sporting. Oh, yeah, Sporting just signed someone. Renan Lodi's gone to Atletico Madrid. Oh, no, he's gone to Marseille. AC Milan for Adama Traore. Nice one there, North. And for the lads in the comments as well. Who was that? Bonkers. Really do appreciate that, mate. I'll quickly bring that up for everyone that's just tuning in. Really do appreciate that, mate. Appreciate that chat as well. Absolute bloody legends. Let's bring that one up. Big up there. Nice one, mate, for that. Bringing this to my attention. As you can see there, Liverpool are actively working to sign a new midfielder. This has always been the plan before El Ettifaq bid for Henderson. Romeo Lavia on the list since 2 weeks ago, but still no official bid. Liverpool are also working on other options as well. So that's absolutely fantastic as well, chat. It is, as we know, even before we got wind as fans, we got wind of the Fabinho and Henderson. We always knew that there was, of course, going to be Liverpool would have been actively scouring the market for potential talent as well, because this window is probably been the biggest window since the early days when he had to literally turn that squad upside down, getting rid of the likes of Moreno and all the other players that were surplus to requirements. Yeah, there's 57 of you in here, chat, as well. Please do hit that subscribe button. Put your bell notification on also. Follow us on Facebook. Follow us on Spotify. Follow us on TikTok as well, Instagram, and a lot, really, to always keep up to date on all Liverpool news and whatnot. And just get involved with all the amazing growing community that we have on all the socials. Just make sure I missed Jack. Look at the current tweet. So big up there, matey. But big up there, Henry. Hope you have a good day. Sure I missed anyone's comments. Will, as for the reported 20 feet, Dave O'Cop. Big up there, Dave O'Cop. Obviously, did break the news last night. The absolute bloody legend. Make sure you do head over to all of his socials as well, all up to date. Absolutely smashed it last night. I think he more or less announced it that Henderson was actively, and he'd already said exclusively, he broke it exclusively last night that Henderson was looking to go, and it looks like it was 100%, 1000% true anyway. So make sure you do keep up to date on Dave O'Cop's and all the very well respected journalists. You know the good lads out there in terms of all their social great work they do day in, day out. Would you get green? Would you get green? No, Wolf wouldn't touch Grealish. He's on the pop too much anyway. Has Panov? Yeah, very much so, mate. He has accepted it by all accounts. Klopp says he's given the okay. Yeah, they're big up there, Panov, for anyone just tuning in. Obviously, that was the report this before we come on air anyway. So, and the key note to that notion of that tweet, Hendo has spoken to Jurgen Klopp today, and Jurgen has very much so given him the green light to continue and go through with negotiations as well. But chat, tell you what a bloody busy day this has been. For anyone that's just tuning in now, we'll quickly recap on all today's stories. And as I said, chat, if any news relation breaks soon, as hopefully it gives me a bit of a rest, but if anything news in terms of any potential leaks, in terms of potential transfers, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I know I keep on emphasizing it now, but put your notification bell on so you always do get notified. When you click the bell, go on all notifications for every live streams, video recordings as well. And of course, if you like your more shorter form content, make sure you do keep up to date on the channel's shorts and of course the TikTok shorts as well for more condensed information and summaries of all the videos there day after day anyway. But chat, we'll quickly conclude on this. Breaking, Jordan Henderson has accepted the El Ettifaq proposal. There's been verbal agreements in principle. The contract has been agreed from Jordan Henderson. Deal now depends on Liverpool and El Ettifaq discussing on fee. No chance to let him leave on a free. Hendo has spoken to Jurgen Klopp today, and Jurgen has given him the green light to continue negotiations. That is coming from Fabrizio Romano. We had a little look and we went back in time in what Jordan Henderson has done. And we know he's going, but let's not forget the great legendary player that has once been at this football club. And I hope before he gets on a plane and goes to Saudi or whatnot, I want Liverpool to announce Sutton and Anfield, literally even in 10 minutes notice, Anfield would be chock-a-blocker. And if Endo come out on that pitch, yeah, we want to give him a very much well and truly good farewell anyway. Fabinho, this is from David Ornstein. El Ittihad set to make concrete bids for Fabinho from Liverpool for 40 million, expected to develop fast. one way or another. Key issues for LFC is letting number 6 go without replacement, but working on this Romeo Lavia among multiple options as well. And we had a little look on today's episode about any potential transfers that Liverpool potentially could bring in terms of replacements. Chat, if you are watching on the repeat or live, let us know the names you'd like potentially to see Liverpool go out and actively pursue in the transfer market. Another one that's probably gone under the radar, quite understandable considering the magnitude of the stories today in relation to the captain leaving and Fabinho leaving. Seth van der Berg is set to join Mainz on loan. Looks like he's going to the Bundesliga. And we had a little discussion about Levi Caldwell, how he would potentially be coming to Liverpool Football Club as well. But chat, I will see you later. Massive thank you to all your support as well, everyone. But you never walk alone, and I will speak to you very soon. Keep up to date, hit that subscribe button, and smash that like button as well. You never walk alone. Ta-da.